Hey everybody, what's up? Today I'm going to be doing a video about how you can make over $250 or more a day DoorDashing. Before I begin, don't forget to drop me a like because it will greatly help me and my channel out.
And I will love you forever.
Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you enjoy this video and you want to see more content from me. So let's jump right in. So my first tip is don't be scared. It can seem scary because you've never done this before and you don't know what to expect, but I promise you it's really simple. I was scared because I thought there was just so much more involved in it than there really is. I thought you would have to actually go to the restaurant, place the order for the person, and then wait for their food, and then pay, and then get reimbursed later, and then actually drop it off to the customer, which there are some customers you do have to hand it to, but most of the customers, you literally just leave it at the door. When you do hand it, most of the time, I mean, basically every time, they just take it and say thank you, and that's it. So I thought it was this whole process, and I didn't know what to expect. All you're really doing is picking up an order from a restaurant, and then, unless handing it to the customer, you just drop it off at their door. To make it easier, just pretend that you're picking it up for your friend, and then you're taking it to their house and just dropping it off. Think about it. Like, if your friend asks you, hey, can you pick me up some McDonald's? You'd have no problem with that. I mean, if it's not way out of your way and, you know, they paid you back. So, honestly, what's the difference? So, thinking of it that way, it would make it 10 times easier. Next thing you know, you're done, and then on to the next order. The great thing about DoorDash is you don't have a boss watching over you. Also, you're not going to get deactivated for one mistake. DoorDash is also pretty lenient before you complete your first 100 deliveries. For your customer rating, I think you can get like a 4.2 out of 5 before they can deactivate you, which it's pretty hard. You have to get a good amount of bad ratings to get there. I think I got 2 bad ratings and I was like a 4.8. So you probably have to get like, I don't know, 6, 7 at the least. And in that case, you have to be messing up pretty bad to do that because it's a pretty hard job to mess up. This is one of the easiest jobs you can have. And if you're really dedicated, you could definitely make above $250 a day. Also, it's quick and easy to sign up. I'll provide the link below. Just go to DoorDash.com and it'll ask you for a little bit of personal information like your name, birthday, yada, yada, yada. And then it'll probably, I think, ask for a copy of your driver's license and then your insurance, your car insurance. And they'll do a quick background check and then you'll be good to go. One thing I really liked about this job is that I didn't have to go to an interview. I don't know about you, but I hate interviews. They're so nerve-wracking. Before I move on, don't forget to check out my other videos where I give more DoorDash tips, and I also have a budget video as well. I will link them down below. So my next tip is to follow the delivery instructions. This is one of the first things I got bad ratings on when I first started. I would be so concerned about picking up their food and getting it to them on time that I wouldn't even read the instructions. I would just put in the address, look at the address, put in the address, and go. And then by the time I dropped off the food, I would see that they wanted extra ketchup or they didn't want me to ring the doorbell, and then it'd be too late. So yeah, not following instructions is a good way to get a bad rating from a customer because some of them don't want you to ring the doorbell because they might have a baby sleeping, or they might really like ketchup with the fries. DoorDash isn't cheap. I don't know if you've ever ordered from DoorDash before. Not delivering, but like ordering like from the app before. It isn't cheap with all the fees, you know, the delivery fee, tip, the driving fee, the fee for the CEO of DoorDash to buy a new Tesla. It's not cheap to order food. It's literally like, I've noticed probably an extra $10 at least added to your total for all the fees. So if you don't read the instructions, they're more likely to leave you a bad rating. Like, most people won't leave ratings, but if they have a bad experience, then they're most likely going to leave you a bad rating. Yeah, also, what was I going to say? Most of the times that I've gotten a tip, it's usually because I followed the instructions. It'd be like hand it to customer and I would have gotten them like extra sauces or something and like, hey, thanks, here's a few dollars. And so you never know. Most of the time, the delivery instructions are pretty simple. Don't ring the doorbell, leave the food on the table nearby, grab extra packets, extra napkins, etc. Don't be afraid of the instructions, they're not complicated. Okay, my next tip is pick a good neighborhood to dash in. And this is really important because I've dashed in a really bad neighborhood with lots of apartments and people who don't really tip and have gotten drastically worse payouts than dashing in a better neighborhood with houses and people that do tip. Make sure the area you're dashing is safe, for one. Also, try dashing in areas with lots of houses. I was doing a lot of apartments. I was dashing in a lot of apartments when I began because I didn't know how to like look and check on the map to see if I'm dashing to a house or an apartment. So I would always get apartments, and it was just frustrating because I could never find them, especially in the dark. I could never find the apartments, and it would just take me forever to drop off the food, and then the time would make it where I'm not making as much money as I could if I could just drop it off at a house and go. Also, make sure you dash in an area where there's not too much construction or traffic. And I know that's pretty hard because there's usually traffic everywhere you go. As you get better at dashing, you'll learn certain routes that won't give you as much traffic, and you can get to the person's house a lot easier. Take advantage of challenges and peak pays. Honestly, I have only gotten one challenge since I started dashing back in August of last year. I haven't gotten any other challenges, but I've been seeing a lot of peak pays lately. Like Mother's Day, there were so many peak pays. I made, I think, $25 within my first hour, and then like $20 my second hour. It went down to like $20 my second hour. I think average was like between 20 and 25, like about close to $25 on Mother's Day because of all the peak pays. So take advantage of that. So Father's Day, yeah, you might get some good money. And usually peak pays about $1 to $3 extra per delivery. So $1 may not seem like much, but you do enough deliveries and it can add up. Start dashing early. Don't wake up at noon and then go dashing. If you're trying to make more than $250 in a day, then you're gonna wake up at like 8 or even earlier, like 6, to make sure that you're dashing enough hours to make that money. The earlier you dash, the earlier you will make over $250 and you can go home. In some markets, you can dash during breakfast hours and make a lot of money because there's nobody else around. Nobody wants to dash during breakfast. So I would take advantage of that, probably between, I guess, 7 and 10. Also, if you do plan on taking breaks, like an hour break for lunch, make sure you dash during peak hours. If anything, make sure you dash between 11 and 2 and 5 and 8. You don't want to dash from 8 to 12 and then you get hungry, you take a break, and then you dash again from 1 to whenever, because between 12 and 1, that's an hour that you could get good money, and you don't want to miss out on that. That's all I have for you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, leave any comments down below, any extra tips I might have missed. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that helped you make some money, and I'll see you guys later.